One of the worst questions you could typically ask a builder is, what is your price per square foot? The reason is there's a lot of things that go into price per square foot. And normally people ask that question because they don't know what else to ask. So let's talk a little bit about price per square foot. There's different types of builders: production-based builders, custom home builders, semi-custom home builders. And there's also different types of products that go into a home. One of the things that people don't understand is when they first call off, they say, what's your price per square foot? I say, well, do you mean under air square footage? Or do you mean total square footage? And right from that first initial question, they normally stop, give me a weird look, and they're like, because there's differences. So under air square footage would be air conditioned space. So right now we're in a home that's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home. It's 2,100 square foot under air. But this house also has a 3-car garage and a gigantic living area under truss, which is your lanai space. A lanai is like a porch or something like that. We call it a lanai in Florida, but it's huge. Okay, so that obviously calculates into a price per square foot. So if you're comparing houses, one house does not have a lanai, has maybe a little paver patio. Another house has a gigantic lanai in the back, which is under truss, which means there's a roof on top of it, could be screened in, there could be pavers throughout the whole thing. That adds value and changes your price per square foot. So that's one of the first things you have to understand when you're talking to builders is, am I asking about under air square footage or total square footage? Is the garage included in that square footage? Is the lanai? Because those may cost less because it's not finished out, but they still factor into a total cost of a home. Don't ask that, what's your price per square foot? And other reason, or some other things I just want to talk about when we're saying there's different levels of builders, there's a couple of things that you'll point out in homes. This house, for example, has a larger baseboard. So you'll see we'll have a baseboard put in that sometimes are a lot smaller baseboards. So what type of baseboards? What type of door openings do we have? So this is an 8-foot door. A lot of times there's 6'8" doors. So they're shorter doors. So this is a larger door. On top of, like, say, window sills, we have finishes on this window sill, which is a quartz top throughout all the windows, which gives it a very nice feature. Also, there's things when you talk about height of the roof. So obviously we have an 8-foot door opening. So that means our beam is higher and our ceiling is higher. So this home has a 9'4" beak, and then it trays up. So you have a higher elevation inside of the home, which gives it a nicer, more open feel. There's other finishes this home has, and you talk about price per square foot. We, a lot of times with Lauren homes, what our clients want, I don't want to go through this all extra. So most of the people that build with me, we've already thought through the home. We've already put the things that we know that our clients want in the home. We want to be able to make the process of giving them the price easier versus harder. So our houses have tile throughout, including the bedrooms, and we use a very nice type tile. We have high efficiency appliances that go into the home. We have LED lights that go in the house. We have the 4-inch cans that go throughout the home. We get budges for front doors. So you can see this is a beautiful customized front door. You could pick out the type of hardware that you would want, the door handles, black matte finish on this one. We also always had impact windows and doors in our homes, and they slide, this one would slide all the way over. We had plumbing allowances, fan allowances, so you can see there's a beautiful fan in this area. So when somebody calls and says, what's your price per square foot? I understand they're trying to get a price, or they're trying to get a range, okay? So what I have done, at least on our website, is put an estimator. And this estimator is a great tool. It helps people at least get to the idea of what is a realistic cost to build a home. Now that does not include sometimes your land or your land improvement or potential pool. I do have a pool package on there, but you could choose. But it gives people an idea of where a cost would sort of fall, and that'll give an answer, because that's really when people are calling saying, hey, what's your price per square foot? They want to see if they're in the range to build a beautiful custom home or a home with what the features that they want into it. And so we're trying to make it as easy as possible to give the information so that you can make the decision whether or not we're going to be the right builder for you. We're not always the right builder. Sometimes there are more people that are calling that I know right off the top may not be the client for us, whether it's too high-end luxury or whether it's a production-based build, those things, or maybe it's in an area that we don't build. Even though we're in Lee County, there's certain parts of Lee County that are a little bit too far for us to drive advantage. Instead of calling a builder and asking what their price per square foot is, start asking some of those questions about what's on the inside, what your standard features are, put them side by side. There's things that we do in this home or any of our homes also that you're not going to see just on the finishes. There's things behind the wall. We use Durarock which is a type of board that we put in the shallows, moisture-resistant concrete boards before we tile up. You know, that's a nice upgrade that we do. We also use spray foam insulation in your attic roof area. You know, those things that you're not going to notice when you walk. You see the beautiful finishes in a home, but you don't know what's behind the walls sometimes that also add value to the house. One of the things that we did change that factor into a total cost when we build a home is that right now, when we noticed the storms that came through in Florida, some of the hurricanes, the only thing that I noticed within resale properties and even some new ones is that as the wind blew in sideways and it blew up on these lanai areas, because they're large lanais, that if it was drywall, sometimes you'd have water damage the drywall. So what we do on our homes now is we do some very nice stucco finishes. So now we use a different type of board on the roof of our lanais and we stucco them, which adds a lot of value. So you could take a power wash or a hose and hose off the ceiling of your lanai and not have any issues. As we build homes, if we see that things need to be changed, altered, improved, we're always making those changes so that we can deliver the best type of home to our clients. If you're looking to build in Southwest Florida, my name is Fred Price. Our company is Warren Homes. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube, and our website is warrenhomes.com. We would love to earn your business, and if you could please subscribe to my channels, I greatly appreciate it.